So I am starting the rad replacement on my Polaris, just draining out the radiator fluid. This little plastic plug was ridiculously hard to pull out for some reason. I don't know if it just warped over time or what, but with a little bit of incentive it came out, and I'm just waiting for the fluid to drain. I got the cap off the top so I can get air behind it. So hopefully just a few more minutes and I'll start taking off the rest of the front box on the quad. I'll probably just skip that and come back when I'm start pulling off the radiator itself and putting on my snazzy new SuperATV aluminum radiator. Alright, I have the plastics off the front. You can see I've already loosened off the little hose clamps for the top and bottom for the radiator, as well as the overflow. That guy's going to come out, and I'll have to remove all the bolts and the fan disconnect as well too, and see if I can slide this puppy out. Alright, I've got the two mounts out to the top of the radiator. I've taken the two mounts out from the top of the bush guard, so the bush guard should come forward and I should be able to pull the radiator straight up. I can't hold the camera and do it at the same time, but if it isn't that straightforward, I'll come back and take another little video. So my radiator's out now. You can see I think I had a little bit of a leak in this bottom corner, and it wasn't leaking very much, but it definitely just over the course of time I was always having to top up my rad. Looks like it could use a little bit of cleaning too, but definitely you can see in that bottom corner it's been getting some wear over the years, and maybe got a little squished or something here. I'm not sure what happened, but definitely had some fin damage and must have had a leak going. Alright, wasn't too bad. Once I got this bracket loose from undoing the bush guard, I can move it out of the way and pull the rad forward, turn one wheel so I could actually slide it out without having to suffer too much, and it went in pretty easy coming back that same way. So I'm just going to reverse the process. I did have to transfer the little rubber grommets or whatever these are called onto the new rad, and I'll bolt those in after putting the bush guard in, and then I'll connect up the hoses. My overflow is on the other side, so I'm going to have to just relocate that, not a big deal, and attach the other two hoses. Then I can top this thing up and I'll put the fan back on and I'll be back in business. Alright, have the new rad is installed. It was actually pretty straightforward, although I did slide it in the first time backwards, so I quickly slid it back out, flipped it around. Really helps to just put on all the bolts, the bush guard and the rad bolts very loosely first and get them all on there, get the fan mounted, and then tighten them all down together. Just the three hoses to put back on, my overflow and the two on the side, and then the fan and 4 bolts. So pretty impressed with this kit so far. SuperATV, they at least made a nice installing product. I haven't obviously taken it out for a ride yet, but directions are very straightforward, easy kit to install, and so far so good. Anyways, that's all. Should have done this comparison earlier, but man, the difference in size of these, I can hold this one a little bit closer. You can see the even the width difference between those two products. They claim the SuperATV one is 30% larger, and I totally believe it's at least that much. So yeah, hopefully it does a great job, but sure looks beefy in comparison.